Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for our Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. And we're talking about Monday Night Raw, March 4th, 2024. We are in San Antonio, Texas. Michael Cole and the great Pat McAfee on commentary, man. These two, they have such a great chemistry. And breaking before the show, Paul Heyman will be the first inductee into the Hall of Fame. Huge. Congratulations to Paul. He deserves this. And I cannot wait to hear his speech, especially a night before WrestleMania and a night before The Rock and Roman and Cody and Seth and all that. So I just cannot wait for his speech. But we started off with Cody. We started off with the Cody Bloodline package. What is Cody's answer to The Rock for his new challenge for Cody and Seth versus Rock and Roman, night one at WrestleMania? So we kind of got it tonight. And Cody comes out, huge pop, comes out, does his thing. I just love, what do you want to talk about? And I that's so old school. It just works, and the crowd just loves it. And he's talking about The Rock, and he tells The Rock, he cuts a promo for 16 minutes, then drops the director's cut, and he's like, there's a few things you don't do. Don't talk about my dog, And he says, is there any Cody crybabies out here tonight? And everyone cheers, and I cheer as well. I'm just like, yes, I am a Cody crybaby, and I mean that 100%. He invites Seth Rollins, and they're talking. They go back and forth, and Seth is like, hey, I told you I would have your back. And Cody's thing was like, yeah, dude, but, if we do this, are you sure you want to do this? Because I know you have Drew McIntyre. And Seth looks at him and just says, yeah, but do you have my back? And Cody's like, let's do this. So we're going to have Seth and Cody on SmackDown go face to face with The Rock and Roman, all together, the Bloodline. And I'm just like, I'm flying out for that Friday, so I've got to watch the rerun of it. But man, I was like, I'm going to tell that flight attendant, I'm like, you make this plane go fast, like fast, so I can watch SmackDown, because I want to see this confrontation between these four. Like, ooh. JD, Dom is backstage. Dom's got a match tonight with Gunther. They're all warming up, and that's our first match of the evening. Dominic Mysterio versus Gunther, and I'm going to tell you, man, I am so proud of Dominic Mysterio, because this match was really fun. It could have been a squash. Literally, it could have been a squash of a match, but Dom was trying. Dom laid some chops into Gunther, and Gunther... and the story we are telling here with Dom, and how he's going at Gunther, and the chops that Gunther gives to Dominic. Dominic sold so well, and I was enjoying this match 100%. And of course, Gunther's going to get the win, but I got to give it up to Dom. As much as everyone boos him, and as much as that boy's got heat, and he knows how to use it. And in this type of match with Gunther, it was so good, but Gunther got the win. But man, Dom, he got his ass whooped. He got his ass chopped, and I loved every second of it. And I'm excited to see who is going to face Gunther at WrestleMania. A big one tonight is that they mentioned Sting. Oh my God, I was so happy about this. Michael Cole says, yeah, and last night Sting had his final match, and he retired. Sting's last, and I was just like, what? And then Pat McAfee's like, yeah, one hell of a match. They kind of cut him off, but I was like, oh my God, thank the Lord, because after watching Revolution, they had a really beautiful package, and all the footage they had of him in his younger days were from Japan. And I was like, it would have been so cool if WWE was like, you know what? Hey guys, I know we're in this, like, weird area. I don't know how much AEW it was against this as well, especially Tony Khan. You know, maybe WWE did reach out and said, hey, we're willing to give you some footage, the show of Sting, you know, back in the WCW days and stuff like that. If Tony was like, but no, I don't know. I'm just speculating. That's all. That's it. I'm not saying there's any truth to that, but how cool it would have been if they kind of collaborated with Sting's final match last night at Revolution. But they mentioned it at least and acknowledge it, and I was really happy about that. And Pat McAfee was like, yeah, his match was awesome. And it was. It was a crazy match. We'll probably hear from Sting this Wednesday, and I'm just happy that they acknowledge it. I was like, yo! Damage Control's backstage with Adam Pearce. And Adam's like, yo, what are you guys doing here? Dakota's like, hey, we're just scouting. He's like, I don't know about that. And then Shinsuke interrupts. He wants to know about the Intercontinental Championship. What's the state of it? Who's going to face Gunther? And Adam's like, I got an announcement later on. And Damage Control, he's like, I'm watching you, Damage Control. And they go off. Andrade is here. He has his first match of the night. And I'll talk about it when we get there. Katana and Kaden versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks. There's a little promo thing with Katana and Kaden. And you know what's so funny is the fact that they brought these two up, made them win the tag team championships. And then, honestly, they're now part of Squash Gang. And I'm like, then why off the back be like, you thought you had something here with these two and nothing. Now they're part of that whole like Indy Hartwell, Candice LeRae, Tegan Knox, Natalya level of superstars. Yes, I'm excited that we're building Shayna and Zoe as a tag team, but it's also like with Katana and Kaden, I wasn't the biggest fan of. Now they're kind of in that weird like level of just being there. And I feel bad for them because they worked their asses off to get to the main roster, win the championship, and get it taken away. And I feel like that's more or less because they're like, yeah, we thought we saw something, but we got to pull back. We got to go back to the drawing boards with you two. So you're part of the Squash Gang for now. I hope they don't remain there that long because I do like their personalities, but they really need to go back to the drawing boards with these two. I saw they had an awesome WWE 2K24 commercial with Post Malone, Cody, Triple H, and HBK. Really fun stuff here. And I'm not a gamer by any stretch of the imagination, but I am willing to buy the game, to own the game for a collector standpoint of Cody Rhodes being on the cover. And as somebody who's in YouTube and Twitch and all these other channels, I really want to play this game so bad. Like I played the last game a bit more than I have any games before, but I don't have the updated console for it. And I'm kind of like, I'm gonna own a game that I can't play, which is pretty like, And so now it's like at that moment, like, should I own the PS5 version just because I want a PS5? Well, I look at the money situation. I look at this. I look at my comic book situation and everything like that. And it's like, maybe one day I'll own a PS5 and I can have the new WWE games as they come out until the next console comes out. Everything like that, but I just want the game for collector standpoints, but I really, really want to play the game so bad. But that's either me buying the newest Xbox or the newest PlayStation, and I'm kind of gearing towards the PlayStation. I've owned other Xboxes in my life, and I was like, well, let me try that side. Let me try the dark side of the video game consoles, But either or, I'll own the game. And as much as I would love to stream the game, like I did with the last one, I won't be able to, and to a certain point. So going on from this, Shayna, Zoe got the win. Damage Control's out there. They're on the announcer's desk. And they cut a promo after to Shayna and Zoe, and they tell them, like, hey, we know you've been eyeballing us. You've been wanting these tag team championships from us. But after we go to Roadblock tomorrow for NXT, and we win, y'all will get a shot. So I was like, okay, well, they're going against Elira and Tatum and everything like that. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. And Shayna's like, well, finally. Throws the mic, basically. Right down, like, in your face. The Judgment Day, they're backstage in Medical Bay, checking on our poor boy, Dom. But I love this relationship with Andrade and Dom. Like, and then afterwards, Dom tells him, like, yo, keep an eye on him. Just watch his back. He could be good for us in the Judgment Day, which I find hilarious. Because when JD McDonough was brought up by Finn, everyone was so mad at him and treating him like shit, especially Damian Priest. And then he finally got into the Judgment Day, but fucking Andrade comes in and Dom's like, yo, he's good for us. And Damian's like, yeah. I was just like, wait, what? Like, you were so protective of this group with JD McDonough trying to come in, after Finn tried to bring him in. You were so against it. And Andrade comes out of nowhere. You're like, yeah, he's cool. He's cool. Oh, man. Nia Jax versus Becky Lynch. Awesome match until Liv came in. I honestly got really fucking mad. Like... I know why, for story's sakes, because we're all about the story. Becky interrupted Liv's match with Nia, to beat up Nia. And she had that look like, so it was about Becky. So was that Becky. Marsha. Okay, I get it. But I just, Liv needs to go back to the drawing boards also. I hate saying that. I do like her. I think she's talented. I think she has a personality. But... she's basically Alexa Bliss and some other, like, AJ Lee. She's like all these other superstars rolled into one. Let me see the real Liv working. Because when she got the championship, I was like, eh. And so when she interrupted this match, when this match was like a banger of a match, interrupted, I was so happy when Nia attacked her. I'm not going to lie. Because she comes in, she attacks Nia. Then afterwards, bell rings. And then Nia attacks Becky and Liv. And I was just like, you know what? Kick Liv's ass. That's all I'm saying. Ricochet, another dude that's been looked over. Another dude that's a company man that's been trying to, go to the top. Is with Adam. He's like, dude, I've been keeping my mouth shut. I've been doing what everyone tells me to do. Just listen to the company, listen to this. But I'm realizing closed mouths do not get fed, which is true. So, and especially with the Ricochet, who is super talented, super awesome, deserves something. He had a thing with Logan Paul, then that was it. So, and he lost to Logan Paul. And sadly, his wife... Samantha had to be like, and the winner, Logan Paul. Embarrassing, right? Then really done nothing with him. So, but he will be part of this announcement by what Adam says later on. The Judgment Day interrupt. And, they're like, hey, JD McDonough, he should be going for the Intercontinental Championship. And Adam's like, okay, just wait. I got an announcement. Got a great segment with Liv and Becky backstage. Liv's walking. Becky's like, yo, I did what I did for a reason. You're just coming in here. And Liv's like, yeah, well, you keep seeking attention. Blah, 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 blah. And this sets up a match between these two next week. Rhea walks by. I love this. I love this so much. She just laughs at Becky. And just makes me more fueled for this match between Mommy and the man. But we got to get through Liv first. We got to get through Nia first. We still have a ways out till WrestleMania. So, a lot of things going on. We got a Drew and Jay package. Then we get Adam Pearce about the Intercontinental Championship before our next match. And he says it will be a gauntlet match with Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, JD McDonough, Ricochet, Chad Gable, and Bronson in a gauntlet match. And whoever wins will go on to face Gunther for that Intercontinental Championship. And I was texting somebody tonight, and I said, yeah, as much as I want Sammy to win this and go on, that little voice in the back of my head is like, Chad Gable. He deserves the world. He's the mat master, the mat magician. He is, he's Chad fucking Gable, ladies and gentlemen. That's who, I love Chad Gable. And he had such a great match with Gunther. And he is somebody that has a really good reason to face Gunther, a really good story to tell. And that is the whole Gunther making his daughter cry. He says, and we have something later on that kind of goes into this, and I'm just like, a little part of me is really, really cheering for Chad. But I feel like if they're going to go the route I think they're going to go with Sammy. And that's just my feeling. That's just me. Now, Andrade El Idolo versus, I don't want to put him in Squash Gang because I love him so much, but my boy Apollo Crews has to put on that Squash Gang jersey, and I'm just like, no, please, no. But that's what this was. Andrade got the win, and that's it. I was very sad about that aspect. I was happy for Andrade. I'm happy Andrade. We're going to see Andrade have that championship soon. World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Championship, either or. That man's going to be a champion in the next couple years. I guarantee it. Pat McAfee is announced. He has the Pat McAfee show at WrestleMania this year, which is pretty cool. I watch the Pat McAfee show a lot, especially with my work, because I have to turn on the TV and whatnot. He's early in the morning. Well, not early in the morning, but he's around that 10 o'clock hour in the morning and stuff like that. So usually when I put on TV for my job and everything like that, he's on. So we got Sami Zayn backstage. You know, he's like, hey, make it or break it. This is my final chance to get to WrestleMania. And I got to do everything I can to get to WrestleMania, and this is it. But, of course, got to have a match tonight. Ivar and Valhalla interrupts, and Sammy's like, yo, let's stop the talking. Let's get the walking. Let's go have a match tonight. And we have a match tonight because Sammy's been on such a hot streak. That's why it pushes me more towards Sammy getting that opportunity against Gunther. As much as Chad actually is like a better story, Sami Zayn was in the main event of WrestleMania last year. How do we let this man go cold that fast? Having such great matches, such great storytelling, all the way from Elimination Chamber, we can't let the man go cold. So that's why I feel like it's going to be him and Gunther in a big match, a great match. These two will kill each other to see who will win that championship. So Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, Tegan Knox, Natalya are backstage talking about the tag team championships. You know, Maxine comes in with Ivy. You know, they're all struggling to get on this WrestleMania card. And sadly, I don't see any of them getting to that card anytime soon. I don't want to say that because I like all these talents here. I love Candice, I love Indy, I love Tegan, I love Natalya, I love Ivy and Maxine, but I don't think the WrestleMania is in our cards this year. Next up, we got the Judgment Day versus Imperium. Fun match. Judgment Day get the win, but man, fun match. Tonight was just a knockout of bangers. I gotta say, Dominic Mysterio versus Gunther was my match of the night, but still, just a bunch of fun matches tonight. Paul Heyman then announced for the Hall of Fame. We got Jackie backstage with Drew McIntyre. And I like what he said here. He goes, Seth, he's a junkie. He's a junkie for the spotlight. It should be about me and him, which honestly, he has a point. Every fucking thing that Drew McIntyre talks about, I'm like, he has a point. Because honestly, yeah, it should be about him and Seth. But no, Seth is now tied into The Rock and Roman, the bloodline, and all this stuff. And Drew's just kind of second thought. And if you watched closely tonight, they showed Cody Roman for Sunday. And then when they showed the graphic for Drew and Seth, it said for Sunday. So that makes it guaranteed we're going to see Cody Seth take on The Rock and Roman that night one. And that's going to main event the first night of WrestleMania. Is it kind of like selfish in the sense of everyone that's worked so hard to get to this point? Hell yeah. Because honestly, like if we were going to do this and not have a championship match in the night of WrestleMania Night 1, we could have given that to Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. Have the women main event Night 1 then, and then we have Seth, Drew, and Cody and Roman. But no. The Rock has to have some involvement anyway, anyhow. And that's kind of frustrating for me because it's just like he was thrown into the mix. Punk was thrown into the mix and got hurt. And we have to have this. You know, it has to happen. The Rock has to have some form of like he has to have something. A match. How do we do it? Night 1, Roman, Rock, Cody, Seth. Yes, there's some stipulations added to it. I get it. But still, there's too many people that's worked their asses off to get to this point. So many stories we have been telling behind the scenes and everything like that. Like so many eggs and nuggets and everything laid out. But, of course, it's The Rock. So that was my kind of frustration with this whole thing, just to be honest. And... well, yeah. Do you agree? Drop those comments below. Let's talk here, folks. We're pro wrestling fans. Io Sky with Damage Control are backstage. I love this. Rhea walks up to Io. Basically says, hey, this is my territory. Don't cross the lines where you shouldn't cross. And that made me go, ho, 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 ho. Io laughed a little bit in her face. Not enough for Rhea to punch her in the face, punch Io. But that was a pretty cool interaction. It was, honestly. It really, really was. Then we have Sami Zayn versus Ivar. Sami Zayn gets the win. Of course he gets the win. But in this, fucking Michael Cole got the antlers finally. Got to put them on. And I have a great picture of Michael Cole with the antlers, and it's going to stay on my phone forever because it's just a great moment. Every time Valhalla comes out, he's just like, the antlers, the antlers, the antlers. He has some weird obsession with them. But, man, made some good content, man. And fucking Pat McAfee about the antlers. Just great stuff. Just really, really great stuff that just made me laugh. And it really does entertain me in a lot of ways. But Sami Zayn got the win over Ivar. He's looking strong going into his gauntlet match. But Bronson did attack, sending a message to Sami. And that's what we do here. We got to build these stories. Kathy's backstage with Gunther, but Chad interrupts. Chad Gable interrupts, and he says, hey, this may be a ticket to WrestleMania for everybody else, but this is me, the real me, looking at you and telling you this is more than that. This is me taking that stupid smile off your face and putting that smile on my daughter's face. So this is personal. And this is what this is why that little voice in the back of my head's like, come on, Chad, come on, Chad, come on, Chad. Because this is storytelling at its finest. But if I'm, for some reason, Triple H, I'm looking at the bigger picture of Sami Zayn, who should be a world champion by now. You know, he's already held that IC title, so I don't know why we're taking so long. And hopefully when Roman loses the championship, we have more opportunities to build a bunch of other superstars here that have been put down by Vince McMahon. Has been like, just like they've been brought up. They've been, they got a contract and it's like, yay, we're in WWE, but I don't see anything in you, Vince. Now we got Triple H here, who's holding the reins of this thing. and he knows what he wants. So now we need to get over that hurdle that is Roman Reigns, Cody winning, and everything like that, so we can have opportunities now with these championships. So that's why I root for a Chad Gable. That's why I root for a Ricochet. I root for a lot of other talents that just been overshadowed by a lot of things for so many years. And I think WrestleMania 40 is the landmark of that, because it's getting over all of Vince's old stuff, moving away from it. And then Triple H is officially going to be like, okay, this is where we should go. And I'm all for the ride. I'm all for the ride of that. So, and I really like the Chad thing. Jay cuts a promo before the match, and the evolution of those glasses, for real, the evolution of those glasses. Now they say yeet. Love it. I need a pair, but I wear glasses anyway, so I probably have to get a prescription, and I don't think they make prescription styles for those glasses. We got DIY, Miz, Xavier, Truth backstage. Kind of made me jelly because this Friday, 2K24 comes out. And once again, a game I'll probably own, but I don't have the console for it. So, but DIY, Miz, Xavier backstage, Truth, they're all playing. And Miz is like, we are going after their Judgment Day. So there's that story there that's still happening. Now, we get to the main event. Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. Fun match, fun for what it was. Jay, Drew doing the damn thing. But of course, we got Solo who comes out. Cody comes out and takes care of Solo. Jimmy comes out. Here comes Seth. And my favorite thing of this whole, this match was good for what it was, but my favorite thing about this whole thing was Seth running out to take on, the bloodline. Just darts past Drew McIntyre without even a flinch or anything. And Drew got pissed. He's like, look here, dude. I am a threat. You need to remember that. And gets a Claymore on Seth, reminding him, yeah, you have all this going on, but you got the real problem right here. And I love that. 5 out of 5 for Monday Night Raw, March 4th, 2024, San Antonio, Texas. Michael Cole, Pat McAfee on commentary. Huge night. And a lot of pieces on the chessboard being moved, and I'm loving every second of it. WWE is on fire right now. We cannot deny that as wrestling fans. All right, y'all. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share it to grandma. Share with the bum down at Walmart. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Wasn't the headline is Rock did not accept my challenge for a one-on-one match.